Hey y'all, No here. Looks like I'm finally going to get off the Trans-Canadian Highway today. I spent the last 2 days driving on that same highway, first across Manitoba, and then yesterday I crossed Saskatchewan, and so I'm now in Alberta. I'm about halfway in between Medicine Hat and Calgary. And so I'm going to be going up into the Canadian Rockies today. But I wanted to let you know about a little hidden gem that I think I have found. It's a rest area. It's called the Trans-Canadian Highway Twinning Monument, which is kind of a mouthful. And I had no idea what it was going to be, but it's like a rest area with a little monument to commemorate basically the four-laning of the Trans-Canadian Highway. Trans-Canadian Highway runs all the way across Canada, which is a very long highway. And it's not exactly like our American interstate highways. The smaller towns, it kind of skirts and bypasses, but major towns like Medicine Hat was yesterday, Regina, where I stopped to at a Walmart to get groceries yesterday. When it goes through cities like that and towns like that, you do actually have to stop at traffic lights, which is not like what our interstate highway system is. But still, it's a very good highway. They keep it in pretty good condition. The speed limit is only 110 kilometers per hour, which equates to 62 and a half miles per hour, I believe. So if you're an impatient person and you don't like to drive slow, then you're going to have problems with it. But there's a plus side to the Trans-Canadian Highway. Because the speed limit is so low, you get tremendous gas mileage. I've come all this way on just 2 tanks of gas, and that's much better. I've been getting 30 miles per gallon in this Ram ProMaster, and normally if I get 19 to 20, that's about average probably. But anyway, I want to kind of show you around this little rest area. And if you happen to be traveling this way, you may decide that you want to look for it. If you Google it, you will find it under Trans-Canadian Highway Twinning Monument. If you do a search on Google Maps for rest areas, it will show this as one of the rest areas. So let's get outside and take a look. Okay, so this is where I parked last night. Nice big shade tree. As you can see, it actually got down to 54 degrees last night, which was quite pleasant compared to the 70 and 80 degree nights I've been seeing the last 2 nights. So it's pretty far off of the highway itself, so it's not nearly as noisy. What I love is all these nice big trees, though. Well, they're big for this part of Canada anyway. Here in the high plains, trees are hard to come by. If you look out across there, you see nothing but farmland, and all the trees have either been blown down by the wind and snow or cut down by the farmers. Was not very crowded last night. It looks like about 3 people spent the night here. There is actually one shore power hookup that I assume is for free. So maybe you want to stop here sometime if you're in the area. So we'll head on up the road and I'll check in with you later. So this is the view going into Banff. As you can see, there's a lot of smoke. The mountains are there, but really don't get a very good view of them at all. It's kind of sad. I'm hoping that it'll clear up, but we'll just have to wait and see. You can see those in the distance. The farther away they are, the harder they are to see. I'm really hoping that they don't have any of the fire problem in Alaska like they're having here in Canada. It's just been smoky like this just about the whole time that I've been in Canada. You'll have days when seems like the farther west you go, it'll get better during the day, but during the night the smoke catches back up with you again. Okay, we're going up a very steep grade, I think. Just looked up and saw a bus up in the sky. So going down right now, but should be, oh yeah, there it is right over to my right. You'll see it in a minute. It looks like something you'd see at Six Flags or Dollywood. So I hope my little ProMaster's got the oomph to do it. I also hope that camper up there in front of all of us has got the oomph to do it. So right there is what we're looking at. Glad I filled up with gas a few miles back, because this is going to drink some gas going up this incline. But I think this is going to take us over the Continental Divide. Wow. And a few people hit that guardrail, looks like. That's not too pleasant to look at. Yep. Motorhome up there is starting to have problems. Well, not problems, but it's a rental, so you get what you pay for, I guess, or invest in. Oh, good. He's going to give us a break. He's not. They just wanted to take pictures. I think probably didn't have the rest of us back here in mind at all. Same result though. Hard to imagine what they went through when they had to build this road, but it took a lot of dynamite. You can see where they've had to blast through a lot of rock. Still not there. Definitely not a lot of fun coming down this grade in the other direction. That can be really dangerous. People don't know how to downshift, and they ride their brakes all the way down until they catch on fire or their brake fluid starts to boil. And when that happens, there's nothing you can do except get ready to meet your maker if you go off the side of the mountain. Especially where that guardrail is broken back there. If you lost all your brakes up this high, though, the guardrail is not going to stop you. Just too much potential energy. Definitely out a little bit, but still not at the top yet. I would want to pull off in that turnout. It's just a straight drop down. Smoke's not too thick up here. I guess we're up in the smoke and just don't know it. Completely sure why everybody's stopping. I don't see a lot. Oh, there's bathrooms. I don't see a lot to look at over there that I haven't already seen. Hoping that the other side of this mountain is not as steep going down as that was coming up just then. Oh, it looks like we're not. Well, I can't tell if we're finished going up or not. Well, it looks like this is going to be home for tonight. I was thinking about getting a paid campground, but the spot here was just too sweet to pass up. Not a bad view, huh? Well, as you can see, the smoke caught back up with me last night like it usually does, but even the smoke makes a little bit of a sunrise. Guess everything in this world has a purpose for being here, including us. That is what you call a sunrise in the Rockies. sign I've been looking for. Yeah. Oh, that's not it. Guess I missed it. Well, I'm about ready to leave the Canadian Rockies. It's been a good experience. It's hard to compare the American Rockies and the Canadian Rockies. They're definitely different. What I saw here is that you can drive closer to the mountains than you can in the States. And so they seem much bigger, and some of them are bigger. But you can drive closer to these mountains quite a bit closer than you can in the States for a longer distance. I've driven like 100 miles through the Rockies, and if the smoke had been better, it would have been better. But still, I got some great shots. You'll see in the video some really beautiful mountains. Not as crowded probably as like Rocky Mountain National Park would be back home, or Glacier National Park back home. And actually, if you were coming to Glacier, if you've got the time, it would be well worth spending a few days going farther north up through the Canadian Rockies, ever how far you can go. I think it would be worth it if you have the time to do it. I got my first mosquito bites, and I've had several of them now. I was hoping that I'd be able to make it to Alaska and be bitten by American mosquitoes instead of Canadian mosquitoes, but the Canadians got to me first. Maybe I got to them first. But anyway, I'm headed for the Yellowhead Parkway today, and should be making it well into British Columbia today. Hope you enjoy some of the video that I shot. Keep in mind, I'm not a professional, and I'm not going to apologize for the bug guts that are on my windshield, because I had to look at it through a windshield with bug guts on it. And, I like to keep it real. I like to keep it the way it is. Yeah, I could have cleaned off my windshield more often, but, that's the way it is here in the Canadian Rockies. So, mosquitoes, bugs, all that stuff, that's part of it. And I want you to see that that is part of it. But I hope you still enjoyed some of the shots, some of the video that I took. And I hope you get some enjoyment out of it. If you are driving to Alaska, I definitely think that this is the best way to enter to get to either the Cassiar or the Alaskan Highway, either one. I think it's definitely the most scenic route that you can take. Might not be the fastest route that you can take, but if you've got the time, it's very scenic. So as usual, I appreciate everyone who is watching. God bless you, everyone, and via con Dios.